Hi, my name is Jane O'Halloran, founder of Anxiety Escape the Cage, formerly Beyond the Empty Nest. So welcome to this live video. I wanted to talk today about those shifts that you need to make to move yourself forward, and starting from the fact that something within you has been attracted to this group. Something within you, when you saw my post about this group, woke up and said, it's time to change. It's time for something to be different. There's some yearning within you to create a change in your life, to break free of the anxiety, of the fear, of perhaps, the associated things with that, low confidence, depression, those things that keep your life small. So you're here for a reason. You're in the right place. I firmly believe that, things happen for a reason. So you are here for a reason. Something within you woke up. Something within you was attracted to this group. So you've made that first step and something has started to shift. You've made a commitment. And when you make a commitment to yourself, something within you shifts, an energy shifts. And that is a really important step. In fact, it's the crucial step, because nothing will change until you kind of create that shift within you that says, yes, I want to change. Something within me needs to change. And even if you've tried other things, maybe some of it's worked a little bit or some of it hasn't worked, don't give up. Don't give up. Keep going, because something in you is pushing you to that change. And that's what this group is about. It's about harnessing the energy that you started. You started that ball rolling, and we're going to harness that energy and help to nudge you towards that change. So it's not about supporting you to keep you stuck, as I've mentioned in my previous videos. It's about nudging you to change. And that can feel frightening, can feel quite terrifying, because it's familiar. Even if you're not happy, and even if you've got this anxiety, it's something that you're familiar with. And often when we create changes, it's frightening, and it means things have to change. It means we have to start taking responsibility for our lives. All of those things that can seem just that little bit too much. But as I said, you're not alone, and it's so important to go through that. And I was reminded of that just this morning before I came in this video. I'm quite a visual person, and so my husband this morning, he's got a drawer full of underwear, socks, a complete mess in this drawer, and he decided he was going to clear it out. But what he did was he just took everything out the drawer and he just put it on the bed, this big mound of socks, of underpants, of goodness knows what, and it was such a mess. And then he's left it for now. Hopefully he will sort it out. But I was thinking about that. I was thinking, God, that looks terrible. That's such a mess out there, just on the bed. But actually, that's the only way to sort through that properly, isn't it? Because if you leave it in the drawer and you're just, moving bits around, you're not going to fully sort that out. So that's like us, isn't it? When we want to make those changes, when we want to kind of face those fears that are within us, it can be a bit messy and it can feel uncomfortable. And you're looking at it thinking, it's a mess. But you know what? That's okay. It's okay to have that mess. That's part of life. And only by kind of looking at that mess and, facing it, can you then start to sort through and think, hang on a minute, let's try and move forward with this. So, yeah, you're not alone. And also, wouldn't you like to feel comfortable in your own skin? Isn't your life worth more than staying small and staying trapped by this anxiety? I get this. I totally felt uncomfortable in my own skin for many years. And I've talked about this horrible feelings of dread and hollow, empty feeling in my chest that never ever filled, no matter what I did. And you know, I think that I've had anxiety for probably most of my life. It affected me as a child. You know, it affected me. I was often very anxious and nervous to go and play outside while all the other kids were playing outside in the streets. I was often in the playground at school. I was stood on my own, being anxious or frightened to join in with some of the other kids. I left a university course early because I was too anxious. It was too, you know, difficult. And I think what I've done each time throughout my life is I've kind of changed something, or I've left something, or I've made changes in my life in an attempt to deal with the anxiety. But all I've done is kind of just shoved it to one side and perhaps made changes that have seemed to calm things down for the moment, but actually they haven't dealt with what's going on. And for me, it wasn't until I gave birth which was a radical change in my body, in my life, everything, that anxiety just was like whoosh. No, I couldn't deal with it anymore. It absolutely engulfed me. I could not do anything in my external world to deal with that anxiety. And it is often, isn't it? Times of stress, times of change that really bring it to the surface. And for a lot of people in this group, I know that that is also the menopause. The menopause is that time of shifting and changing in so many ways. And again, that can bring up all that stuff that's probably been buried there for a long time. And we blame the menopause, but actually the menopause is just something that's kind of triggered that change. So it's not about dealing with it in a way of changing our external world, because all that we do is we make our lives smaller and smaller. In order to keep ourselves safe, we try to control everything in order to keep the anxiety at bay. And that is the very thing that keeps us trapped in that cage. So it's about looking within and looking at where that anxiety comes from and how to deal with it and how to change those patterns that we have, patterns of thinking, habit, behavior. And, you know, we often can't do that on our own because it's like a tangled, enmeshed ball of roots. You know, imagine like a big weed and its roots go down and they're tangled up. And often we can't deal with that on our own. And we need someone to, you know, light the way forward, somebody to support us in that change, but also challenge you. And I know for me that if it hadn't have been for my mentors, I would never have broken free. And life now for me, even though there's all sorts of stuff going on in my life, which I may well talk about in future videos, but there is such richness, there is such joy, there is such a feeling of well-being that's deep within me now. And actually, it's always been there. And it's within you too. You have that joy and strength and well-being within you. And it's only you that's holding yourself away from it. But without my teachers, without my mentors, I've never been able to kind of move past that deeply entrenched pattern of thinking, of behavior, of habits, of how I hold my body, everything which had gone back, which may well be the same for you, gone back to when you were very small. And so, yeah, as I said at the beginning, isn't your life worth more? Isn't it worth taking that next step? You've taken a step. You've joined the group. You're watching this video. That's for a reason. So, you know, why not message me and let's arrange to talk, and together we can work out what is your next step. How do you move forward? What is your next step towards your freedom, your joy, your strength, your well-being? That is your birthright. And that is my heartfelt desire for you to access that and to break free. So thank you for listening to this video. please do comment, ask questions, message me if you feel prompted to do so. And my name's Jane O'Halloran, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Lots of love.